Hey, yo, T-Man.
Hey, y'all, we're going to get started at 7 o'clock. Just waiting on some more people to come in. We're going to get started at 7 o'clock. Just giving people a chance to get in here so I can start. We're going to start at 7 o'clock, though, y'all. Hey, drop in the chat, like, where y'all from? Where y'all watching from? I'm gonna get started at 5. I'm gonna get started at 7 o'clock. So 2 more minutes, I'll go ahead and get started. Hey, drop in the chat where y'all from. We're gonna get started like 2 more minutes.
Hey, yo, T-Man.
gonna get started in 1 more minute. We're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm basically gonna cover supply room operations. So I know a lot of people probably wanted to see this type stuff, well, as far as like supply room operations, but so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So first of all, so the supply room operation, this basically just gonna be like the basic stuff that goes on. I'm not gonna go in too much into detail about anything. Uh, so to start off, as far as supply room operations, you're gonna start off with the hours, the actual hours of operation. So the actual hours of operation can be anything. Like long as you post it, it used to be posted inside the supply room, or you can post it outside the door. That's why I got my my memo posted, my supply, my hours of operation. I got it posted like right outside the door, so people can see what time you open, what time you close. They'll automatically be tracking on what's going on in the supply room. So if you got a dedicated day, usually on Mondays, we be closed until like 1300, because usually on Mondays we have motor pool maintenance, PMCS on Mondays. Wednesdays is usually sergeant times training or something like that. So you want to make sure those hours, or you might have a dedicated day that you go to the SSA or anything like that. So you want to just make sure those hours of operation is posted outside your door, so people are tracking what time you're gonna be in, or you're supposed to be in, what time you're gonna be out. So far as appearance, so the appearance of your supply room should be neat, organized, uh for anything that you have in there. So uh more than likely, if it's not organized, if it's not neat, you won't know exactly what you have in the supply room. Because I know that's a common problem for a lot of people. Because if you don't organize your stuff, how you expected to know what's actually in there? Somebody might come in and ask for some, just say for instance, somebody might come in there and ask for some black pens or some blue pens or whatever. You might actually have the black pens, but if your supply room is not organized, you won't even know they in there or not. So you want to make sure you organize your supply room, make sure you are looking at your provisional SLO and making sure that what's in your supply room is actually, no, what's on your provisional SLO is actually on in your supply room. And if it's not, you might want to issue those items out or order it. So more than likely, so you want to also make sure there's no fire hazards in your supply room. Make sure the doorway is clear. Make sure people can get in and out as they please. That's basically it as far as appearance. Yeah, because that's actually on the CSDP inspection, is the appearance of your supply room. So next, I want to talk about safety. So safety is basically, you don't want to have no hazardous things inside your supply room. So any type of hazardous things that it's gonna have to go into a separate location that you designate hazardous stuff to. Like for instance, something that's hazardous. I can't think of nothing that's hazardous right now, but you want to separate that stuff from your regular stuff. Um, I know those little air, what's the things? The air, dang, I can't think of it right now. But those considered hazards. You want to move them outside the supply room. That's basically safety. If you mopping the floor or anything, making sure you got you some wet floor signs out. Um, just any little thing like that. You don't want to have nothing overhang in your supply rooms where something might fall on somebody's head or something like that. Any little thing like that that might cause a hazardous to your supply. I mean, that might be hazardous to your supply room. Far as security, so security is basically like key control things that's controlled like that, like any type of because I know when I used to be a key control custodian where I basically signed out keys for the supply room, or you might be also be the armorer if you supply star, you might also be the armorer. So that's security, basically controlling the keys, controlling who has access to the keys and who had access to the supply room. You don't want just anybody coming in and out your supply room. So if you are, say, you going on TDY or anything like that, you want to, my bad, y'all. So if you have TDY or anything, you want to leave the keys. If you're the only person there, you want to leave the keys to your XO or any type of person who you want to leave responsible for that. You want to make sure you can add them to the access memorandum where they are um so storage is another thing that you're gonna need for our supply room operations because you might have a small supply room, or you might have a larger supply room where you don't need as much storage space because usually if you're in the HAC, it's gonna be you're gonna need a lot of stuff. So I would say like my supply room, all everything that's might not fit in supply room, we have a Connex that's actually in the motor pool where we put stuff in that but we put stuff in that that can't fit inside the supply room. So if you actually got enough storage, you won't need that. So that's just the basic storage. Um, I would say again, far as like um basic load, so you're gonna need storage for your actually basic load, basic load that's you're gonna need storage for. So this stuff that you want to keep basically away from your supply room. You want to have a designated area where you can keep your basic load stuff at. So me personally, so I keep my basic load stuff in a separate context to where like if we was to deploy or anything like that, I got supplies on hand that's ready to go at any given time. So another thing is absentee storage. So absentee storage is when soldiers might be going TDY or they just might be, I don't know, just leaving for a while, going on deployment or anything like that. You can have that absentee baggage there for stuff where they want to that they want to leave leave there. Uh, yeah, so that would be an absentee baggage. So supply economy. So supply economy is basically everything dealing with supply. So supply economy is basically everything dealing with supply. I'm gonna cover a little bit more of the supply economy in another video. Supply economy could be anything. That's basically making sure that whatever's in your supply room is efficient with whatever is whatever is used issuing out. So you don't want to have too much stuff that just sitting in there. Like most of the stuff that you want to have in there is stuff that people need like on a daily basis. So you know for a fact that you're gonna need like just the basic stuff like the paper towels, because you know people always come to ask us about paper towels, basic toiletry stuff, paper, this type of stuff that you want to always stay stocked up on. Uh, you don't never want to have too much of something that you can't get rid of, because that type of stuff basically just wastes up space. So, like I said, supply economy is kind of like it's a broad topic. I'm gonna cover a little bit more later on. But last but not least would be in process and out processing. Of course, when soldiers in process, you want to make sure you have you a binder. Well, not a binder. When they in process, you want to make sure you create that file for that soldier. So, when they come in, if they're specialists and below, they need the regular orders. The NCO have to do an inspection on their OCIE. So they're gonna have to do an inspection on that OCIE. I forgot the name of the form. I think it's a 30. I know one of them is a 3645, but I can't think of the other one. Is when you do an inventory on your soldier, and basically your supervisor will sign off on it. So I'm gonna put the name of that form in the comment section once I find out. But NCOs and above, they have you also gonna have to get their orders, and also gonna have to um they're gonna have to sign a memorandum stating that they have their OCIE. That's for NCOs and officers, and they also have to give you a signed clothing record. So that's the three things you need from both of them. But far as like I said, E4 and below, uh, I think you gonna need two forms. It's two forms, but they both for the OCIE. Like I said, I put in the comment section what forms you will need far as E4 and below, and also they will also need a, a, a signed CIF record. But far as out processing, they basically come in and say they want to out process. Um, you make sure you get whatever orders they got. You want to have you a separate binder for out processing. You want to get that soldier's file that you have filed in your filing system, and you want to hand it to that soldier, whatever is in it, so they can take that to their new duty station. Therefore, they ain't got to look for when they in processing at their next duty station. So you want to have your binder with everybody who's out processing. So if you have if once your Alpha 162 is updated, and you still got soldiers on there that's been gone for a while, you can look at that binder, and it'll tell you right there that this soldier's been out processed. And you, on top of their orders, you want to write are they PCSing, are they ETSing, or whatever they doing, because that way you'll be tracking. So I covered everything. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about this presentation as far as the supply room operations. I just basically did just the basic stuff for right now. Go more into depth as far as the supply economy. and letting you guys know as far as other operation that goes on in supply room. Yeah, so y'all let me know what y'all think. This has been another episode of Soldiers Talk the Podcast, and I'll see you guys in formation.